the premiere of Mobtown tonight, starring David Arquette. Now, this is a 1957 period piece about an ill-fated mafia meeting. I'm so excited to see it, and the red carpet starts now.
I want a sit-down.
With who?
Well, everybody. All the bosses and all the captains, all the families. Someplace quiet. Gotta be low-key, away from everything.
Who's your friend, Mommy?
Sergeant Croswell.
You got a badge.
Sure do. You want to see it?
Every boss, every wise guy in the country's all coming here.
Lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Something's going down, I know it.
What does this have to do with our little town?
And I have to say, I asked a whole bunch of your coworkers who their favorite person to work with on the film was, and you got about 5 votes, and 2 of them called you the nicest person on the planet. So, awesome. But yes, tell me about your character in this film and making this film in its entirety.
I play Ed Croswell, a New York State trooper who works in a small town of Appalachian, and he sees this sort of summit coming up. He kind of catches wind of it and busts what turns out to be the biggest mafia get-together in history. And as a result, they enact the RICO laws in the 70s, and they sort of establish that organized crime is a real entity and that they need to fight it.
Thank you. Tell me about making this movie. Of course, there are a lot of mob and gangster movies out there. Why did you decide to tackle this one, especially based on a true story?
Because it's never been told. I mean, at the beginning of Analyze This, they had like a 3-minute thing about it. It's been mentioned in Goodfellas, it's been mentioned in Godfather, but no one has ever really done a story about the actual meeting. And once I heard that it's never been done, I had to tell it. That's just the kind of guy I am.
What was the most challenging part, you would say, about building this? And I heard from your line producer, so let's see what you say.
Well, it's a small movie. The budget's not that big. Making sure that we get the 1957, accurate and make sure that we do it right. That was really the toughest thing. Once you get on set, the actors, they all audition, they all know what they need to do, but you really want to get the world right.
Hi, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Tell us a little bit about just being here tonight and the premiere of this movie.
Oh, it's very exciting. I mean, to be a part of a movie like this, which was based on a true story, is an absolute incredible experience.
And so tell us a little bit about your character in the film.
My character is Frankie, who actually has to run for his life because the cop, played by David Arquette, actually stumbled upon this big mafia meeting, and these guys just really had to run to save themselves because they don't want to go to jail. They were packing guns and all sorts of cash, so their whole thing was not to get caught. So I had to run for my life, and so I play a mobster named Frankie, and it was really an exciting opportunity to play this role.
All right, so of course this is a different time period. This is back in the day, kind of, just everything was different. The cars were different, the lifestyle was different. How did you get into character for something like that?
Well, I actually did a lot of research on this particular time period, which was 1957, and there was nothing ever done about this. So I did a lot of research, studied these characters and how they actually, interacted with each other at the time, and did my best to get into the character and execute.
Nice to meet you, Ray.
What's that?
Ray.
Ray?
Ray, like Ray of Sunshine.
Oh, Ray. Oh, my God. I was like, Ray. I was like, I know I'm Ray. Then I you're
No,
Ray.
it's okay.
You're
My
better.
Starbucks
You're
cups
better.
get
Yeah.
really interesting,
Oh,
though.
I could only imagine. You're like, veal piccata.
They're like, Ray, Gray, I all get it. But tell me about this project coming to life, out tonight. What is it like? How does it feel?
It's exciting. Look, I was good friends with Danny A, the director, and he asked me to do it. Obviously, I'll show up any time for any of my friends. Then he told me David Arquette is going to be in it, and I just love David Arquette, and I've never met him before, and the fact that I got to work with him, and we became friends, which is magical. But like David Arquette, he's literally from a legendary acting family, and he lives up, and he should be a proud member of that family because he's wonderful in the movie.
I've actually been asking people tonight who their favorite person to work with on the film was, and so.
Oh yeah, we're the 2 cops, and like I'm sort of the cop that's not as savvy. I think I just kind of fell into being a cop because my uncle was a cop, if you will, and it's a very small town. So, but David and I become good friends in the film, and I think we became good friends in life. So David Arquette's going to win. He's going to win that answer.
How exciting is it to see this project come to life and see this movie out tonight?
Oh, I'm excited about it. I'm definitely excited about it. I'm from New York, so I came out specifically to support the film with Danny and stuff like that. Yeah, so I'm excited about seeing a New York film in LA here. Yeah.
And of course, this is a period piece. It is from the 50s. Everything is kind of, they went back in time to, make sure they got the right cars and everything. Do you think it's accurate in terms of how it's been portrayed?
I love period pieces. I did a film months before. It was 1947, so this took place in 1957. So it's kind of weird how I hopped from like 47 to 57. But I do like period pieces. I did a film called Fonzo. It stars Tom Hardy, directed by Josh Trank. And months later, I started working on Appalachian. Appalachian was the original title, and then I changed it to Mobtown. But period pieces are always cool to work on because I love the clothes that they wore back in the day like that.
Super excited. It's my first red carpet. I've worked behind them a lot, but this is my first time over here. I play a character by the name of Larry Gallo. We kill Albert on the stage in the Park Sheraton Hotel. So, and I'm not a killer, but I play one, which is pretty fun. So I'm excited.
All right, so what was it like? Of course, this film is from the 1950s era. So what was it like getting into that kind of character and, being in these costumes and these grand cars and everything?
It was incredible, you know what I mean? Like, Danny did an amazing job. We stepped back in the time, and anytime you could do like a period piece like this, and it be legit like how this film was, it's a blessing.
Tell me about coming here tonight, seeing this film come to life. How has that been?
I'm so excited. So I'm in the film and I haven't seen it yet, which is always fun to see it for the first time at the premiere. So I'm really excited to see it, how it all came together. It's been a couple years since we shot it, so it's like rediscovering the story again. I play Margie. She's kind of the comedic relief of the film. She's the love interest of PJ Burns' character. So we had a lot of fun shooting it. I'm excited to see how the scenes turned out, and yeah, great night.
But have you heard much about this movie and about this project that excites you?
Oh, absolutely. I've always been fascinated by mob movies, mafia movies. It's this kind of secret world that I really don't know very much about, and I think we're all interested in kind of peeking in there. And this is a part of history, American history, really, that I never knew anything about. And a pivotal moment that I think changed the way that law enforcement or the public looked at the mafia.
All right, so watching your siblings do different projects and, of course, being in the business yourself, are you ever critical in any way? Do you call up and say, hey, I didn't like when you do this, or maybe you should work on this, or is it all just love you, support you?
Yeah, no, we don't, do that. I mean, I'd say to them, I think you're usually your own hardest critic, So usually, actually, I'll complain about something myself to one of them, about myself, and then they'll be like, no, I like that part. Or, sometimes I'll say, yeah, I see, or I'll say, I think I could have done a better job in this. But in general, though, everybody's very supportive.
Mobtown is in theaters Friday the 13th. I'm Ray, and you've just been buzzed.